Good day, Damians! Good day, grade 9 students! So this is Teacher Vivian again. So this time I will teach you how to find the solution sets of quadratic inequality. But what is a quadratic inequality? Quadratic inequality is an inequality that contains a polynomial of degree 2 and it uses of any of the inequality symbols that we have. We have greater than or equal to, greater than or equal to. And what are the steps in determining the solution sets of quadratic inequalities? So we have the steps. First, we'll transform our given quadratic inequality into quadratic equations. After we transform that one, we'll apply the factoring so that we can find out the roots of our given inequality. And after we find out the roots, we'll plot the 2 points on our Cartesian plane and connect the 2 points forming a parabola. And after we form a parabola, we'll go back to our inequality symbol use. If we use a greater than or equal to, then the solution sets of our quadratic inequality are those numbers where just above our x-axis or yung mga numbers na sa taas ng ating parabola. Next, or nasa upper part ng parabola. Next, if we use less than or equal to, then the solution sets, by the way, of our quadratic inequality are those numbers who are just below our x-axis or yung mga numbers na sa bottom part ng ating parabola. Okay, so kindly watch the video so that you will be guided on how to determine the solution sets of quadratic inequalities. Okay, we'll solve and graph the given quadratic inequality. So we'll transform this quadratic inequality into a quadratic equation or quadratic function by just changing the inequality symbol used into equal sign. So we have as x squared minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. And after that, apply factoring. So what are the factors of 6 na mayroong sum na negative 5? So we have negative 2 and negative 3. And after that, equate each factors into 0. So we have x minus 2 is equal to 0. So the first root is what? That would be positive 2. And we have another one as x is equal to x minus 3 is equal to 0. So we have another root as positive 3. And after that, plot the points on our Cartesian plane. So we have positive 2 here. So we'll use the empty circle, and then this is positive 3. And after that, connect the 2 points forming a parabola. So when we say parabola, that is a curve. We just only have parabola opening downward or opening upward. But this time, we will use the parabola opening upward. Okay? So we'll have this one. And then, after that, balik kayo dito sa may inequality symbol use. So we have greater than. So therefore, ang solution are on the upper part ng ating parabola or yung above the x-axis. So dito yung solution set natin. On this part and then on this part. So this part, dyan at dito. Yan. Okay, this part is what? Greater than or less than 2? Dito sa left ng 2. So that part is what? It's less than 2. So therefore, x is less than 2. Or you can have this part also as your solution set. And this part is what? Greater than or less than 3. So that part is greater than 3. Okay, so therefore, our answer here is x is less than 2 or x is greater than 3. Okay, we'll have the second one, that is x squared minus 5x plus 6 is less than 0. So, we should transform this one into quadratic equation or quadratic function by changing the inequality symbol used into equal sign. So, we have x squared minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. And after that, apply factoring. So, what are the factors of 6 that have a sum of negative 5? So, we have negative 2 and negative 3. Okay. And after that, equate each factors into 0. So, we have x minus 2 is equal to 0. So, first root is positive 2. And we have another one, x minus 3 is equal to 0. So, we have another root as positive 3. So, we have positive 2 and positive 3. So, the next thing that you should do is to plot the following points on our Cartesian plane. So, positive 2 that is located on the positive x-axis. So, we have this. We should use an empty circle. And then positive 3 is also on the positive x-axis. So, this is positive 3. And the next thing that you should do is to connect the 2 points forming a parabola. So, we use the parabola opening upwards. So, we have this one. Or you can extend that one sa baba. And then, we'll go back on our inequality symbol use. So, we use less than. So, ang solution set are on the below the x-axis. So, ito yung part na solution set natin. Yan lang, yung nasa baba ng x-axis. So, ano kaya yung solution set pag ganyan yung ginamit natin na inequality symbol? So, we have the solution set as what? This part is what? Greater than 2. So, we have x is greater than 2. Pagbasa niyan, x is greater than 2, but what? Less than 3. Okay, we'll have another one. X squared plus 4x plus 3 is greater than 0. So, the same procedure or steps, transform the given quadratic inequality into quadratic equation or quadratic function. So, we have x squared plus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. And what are the factors of 3 na merong sum na 4? So, we have positive 3 and positive 1. And after that, equate each factors into 0. So, we have x plus 1 is equal to 0. So, we have x is equal to negative 1. And we have another one, x plus 3 is equal to 0. So, we have x is equal to negative 3. So, negative 1 and negative 3 are located on the negative x-axis. So, we'll have this negative 1, this 1, and then negative 3 is ito. And after that, connect the 2 points forming a parabola opening upward. And have that. So, balik tayo dito. So, we use greater than. So, therefore, ang solution ay doon sa upper part ng ating parabola or above the x-axis. So, ito na part at ito na part. Okay? So, that part is what? Yan na part at dito. Yan yung solution set natin. So, yan na part is what? Less than. So, we have our solution set. X is less than negative 3, or you can have x is greater than negative 1. Kasi that part dito, less than yan sa negative 3 kasi nasa left. Ito na part naman is sa right ng negative 1. So, therefore, that part is greater than negative 1. Okay? X squared minus 2x minus 8 is less than or equal to 0. So, we should transform this into quadratic equation or quadratic function by just changing the inequality symbol used into equal sign. So, we have x squared minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. And after that, apply factoring. So, what are the factors of negative 8 na may sum na negative 2? So, you have negative 4 and positive 2. And after that, equate each factors into 0. So, we have x minus 4 is equal to 0. So, first root is positive 4. And then, another one, x plus 2 is equal to 0. So, the second root is what? X is equal to negative 2. So, we have x is equal to negative 2. And after that, we'll plot the following points on our Cartesian plane. So, we have positive 4. So, dito yan. We'll use yung circle. Next, na fill in na, we have negative 2 dito sa negative x-axis. And after that, connect the 2 points forming a parabola. So, we'll use a parabola opening upwards. So, we have this one. So, that is less than. So, therefore, the solution sets are on the below the x-axis, yung dito na part sa baba. Okay. And that would be our solution set. So, that part is what? Greater than or equal to negative 2. So, you have x is greater than or equal to negative 2. As you can see, you can read that one as x is greater than or equal to negative 2. Pabaliktad siya actually. But that part is what? Less than or equal to 4. So, less than or equal to positive 4. We'll transform this one into quadratic equation or function by just changing the inequality symbol used into equal sign. So, we have x squared plus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0. And after that, apply factoring. So, what are the factors of 10 that have a sum of 7? So, we have positive 5 and positive 2. And after that, equate each factors into 0. So, we have x plus 5 is equal to 0. So, the first root is negative 5. And then, we have another one. X plus 2 is equal to 0. So, the second root is negative 2. So, we have negative 5 and negative 2. So, that are located on the negative x-axis. Okay, so we have this one, negative 2. We'll use the fill-in na circle. And then, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, this is negative 5. And then, after that, connect the 2 points forming a parabola opening upward. So, we have okay, so that is your parabola. And then, go back to the inequality symbol used, that is greater than. So, therefore, yung solution set are on the upper part of the parabola or above the x-axis. So, that part. Dito na part at dito na part. So, therefore, our solution set or SS, ito na part is less than or greater than sa negative 5. So, that part is less than or equal to negative 5. Or you can have, ito na part is what? Dito. That is x is greater than or equal to negative 2.